The points them that was basically touched was a very hectic agenda that we had. Points them that was touched were pension for actually the pension, what we call it, agreement that SPA, which is the union from Aruba, came up with, and they want to apply it in Aruba, is for actually police based on the lifespan on the job and based on the risk factor from the job. We discuss that with them when they present it to us and see how together their ideas will be also shared here and implement. It is so that in Holland, the union from Holland for the police could have shaved off 2 years from the pension from 67 to 65. So Aruba nevertheless saw that and tried to assist their members also from 62 and make it to 65 to make it to 62, or less maybe to 60. So that is actually a draft from their pension that they want to bring across to their government. They share with us, and it is a good initiative for us also here in St. Martin and also in Curacao. Try to adopt it, try to revise it, and try to adjust it, and with that same intention that Aruba have for its member, try to present it also here on St. Martin. There's basically a lot of reason why it come up, because number one, the type of job that you just do as a police officer, it is so sometimes so risky, so intense that the lifespan, that we call it the lifespan of the person as a police officer will not reach to actually sometimes to 65 or even 67. So therefore, share that idea, and also the healthcare in case, and we know that too, that the healthcare in St. Martin is also questionable when it comes to those type of issue, when it comes to, in this case, a police officer doing that risk job. So we had debate into that draft pension agreement that they draft up. We touch base with them. So what is going to happen, that Aruba will go back and with our input try to align it, revise it, adjust it, and so we can also adopt it, and we will come in one group, present it to our representative here and see how it will be accepted. Another point that also was touch base was the county package, how we can affect the members them from each police unions on each territory, Aruba, St. Martin, and Curacao. Lengthy discussion, half day, whereby we decided that there are some things in it that on a long run, it will affect justice workers, name as police, and whereby we also know that actually you suppose, according to Holland, do not have to have no cut into the justice system. So in order to that, we discuss, we prepare, and we also will come up with documents together, whereby we will present it also to our government, each island on their own, each country on their own, whereby we're going to speak about the same effect that it can have on the members and from the police forces. Today, we touch base actually on the integration of police union NLP base St. Martin into the CCSU. A presentation was given by Mr. Dr. Anders Jezeroom, whereby after the presentation we also delve into that presentation and see a way, without reaching to the extreme, that NAPB St. Martin will be accepted in that platform. I have to say that Aruba also union is not have the same luck as us. They also out of that platform. So together with Dr. Andre's room and with the input from the unit from Curaçao, we delved into the rules and also laws that is existing, land law and also international law, ILO, whereby also we will draft documents. That document we will lay out all those ILO articles, convention, why we believe that NAPB and also for SPA and Aruba should be and have to be in that platform in order to represent their members. That has been an issue for a long while already for us here, NAPB St. Martin, and that is also one of those agreements that came out from these 3 days meeting, that we have to stand together in order to make a change. And that start the day that we convene this meeting, that it's not gonna remain like this. We will continue to have talks, even though through Zoom. We will have also a follow-up meeting in October in Aruba concerning this topic. And before that meeting, we should have already a consensus. And when we reach to Aruba is to present these documents to our representative in order to get some needed action done to our members. That is for pension, also for information from the country package that will affect on the long run our members, and also the integration of the unions them into the platform of CCSU to be duly represented.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
During the hurricane season, a potential tropical cyclone can produce rainfall that can cause flash flooding and rockfalls. Stay away from flood-prone areas during heavy rainfall, such as Jump Up Casino on Emma Plain Road in Phillipsburg, ATLH Road Roundabout, L.B. Scott Road from Emilio Wilson Park until Cake House Supermarket, Zaker's Gut from Petro Plus gas station until the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Welkelaken Road K Hill from Welkelaken Road Roundabout until the One-Tete Loke Roundabout, Beacon Hill Road from Sunset Bar and Grill until the beginning of White Sands Road, and Rhine Road, also known as Mullet Bay Road, after Sonesto Maho Beach Hotel to the entrance of Cooper Coy from the intersection of the University Drive until the intersection of Rio Grande. For more information on how you can keep yourself and your family safe this hurricane season, visit stmartingolf.org/hurricane. This public service announcement is brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
Yes, we are so eager to have our 3-day convention starting tomorrow until Sunday, Exercise Patience. It's really an event that we've been looking forward to after 3 years. Because of a pandemic, we couldn't have in-person programs. So we are going to have this program in person that will allow us to interact with each other, and it's going to be really a beautiful program. Why this program? Well, because it's fair to say that we live in a world where there is a lack of patience. And St. Martin, which is considered a friendly island, also suffers from this problem as well. So we want really to encourage everyone to exercise patience, because it's a quality that can benefit our society. It can make people truly happier and improve relationships at work, in the community. And that's why we truly feel that this event, Exercise Patience Convention, is going to benefit everyone. And we warmly invite everyone in St. Martin to come and attend our 3-day event. Our 3-day convention will have a rich program with many talks that will be illustrated with fine videos. The feature will be really the drama. We'll have a drama that will start on Saturday afternoon and that will also continue on Sunday afternoon. Not to overlook as well the baptism talk that will take place on Saturday morning. And we will have the baptism with many who will dedicate their life to our God Jehovah. So it will be a very nice moment as well to see on Saturday morning. And of course, we will have a public talk on Sunday morning, where all the public, is invited to attend, and it will really help people understand how patience, God's patience, is benefiting them. So it's going to be a very encouraging and positive talk to benefit from as well on Sunday morning. Everyone is invited, and of course we are realistic. We know that all of St. Martin will not be able to come and be attending here. However, we expect a maximum of people, possibly 600, that will be good. So we hope that everyone who heard the program or the invitation to the program will give thought to it, because it's really a unique program that will benefit everyone this year. Like for the other years, we are also expecting to see our friends from Seba, Saint Stacia, and also Anguilla. And there will also be friends from St. Kitts who will come with us, and perhaps even from other places, because we are over 8,007,700 witnesses in the world, in so many different countries, and the program will be broadcast will be given in over 500 languages around the world. Jehovah's Witnesses are almost everywhere, all over the world, and that's why we hope that some from even distant places will be able to come and be with us as well.
Can Taco. A combination that will surprise the most curious palates. Combining the deliciousness of KFC chicken and the practicality of a taco with a doubly delicious ergonomic shape. Wow! Compatible with all types of bites. New Can Taco. Enjoy a double breaded chicken breast with our secret recipe. Cheese, lettuce, and tomato. New Can Taco, the innovation that's in everyone's mouth.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to keep in mind to help keep you and your family safe. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, with the peak occurring between mid-August and late October. This hurricane season, be sure to put together a go bag. A disaster supply kit including a flashlight, batteries, cash, first aid and supplies, medications, and copies of your critical information if you need to evacuate. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
Many of the details in yesterday's indictment were first revealed last year as part of the House January 6th Committee's probe of the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Joining us now is the former lead investigator for that committee, Tim Hafey. Tim, thanks for being back with us on the NewsHour. And I want to start with your assessment of Mr. Lauro, John Lauro's assertion that this indictment is an attack on Donald Trump's free speech, his free speech rights.
Yeah, there's a big difference between speech and conduct. The Constitution does protect Americans' right to free speech, even if that speech is hateful, even if that speech is false. If Donald Trump had just stood up and said the election was stolen alone, that would not be criminal. What's alleged here, though, is conduct, not speech, as your questions, Jeff, got to. He is alleged to have lied to the American people as part of a multi-part intentional plan to prevent the joint session. It wasn't just the speech, it was what the speech was designed to do. It was the generation of the fake elector certificates, the possible personnel change at Justice, the pressure on Mike Pence. The key thing to remember about that speech is that it was not informed by evidence. The allegations that he made about voter fraud were repetitively debunked, rebutted, and told directly to the president. That makes them lies. And therefore, it demonstrates specific intent that those lies motivate action. So, look, I agree with Mr. Lauro that in America, every defendant is presumed innocent and gets his day in court. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to the vigorous adjudication of this, but the special counsel certainly anticipated this and has evidence of conduct, not speech. That's why this indictment was brought.
We also heard John Lauro say that the government had 3 years to bring this case, to investigate, and now they want to rush this to trial. That's what he said. He's not the only one who feels that way. There are Trump critics. There are Democrats who actually agree with him for different reasons. What do you make of the timeline of this case?
Yeah, look, I think the Department of Justice at the beginning was focused on what I've called kind of the blue collar aspect of January 6th, the rioters themselves who were there at the Capitol committing acts of violence. I think it took them a long time to get to the white collar part of the case, the impetus, the political coup, this multi-part plan that has now been alleged in the indictment. I don't know what went on within the Department of Justice that informed that prioritization. I do think that the facts that the Select Committee was able to uncover that came largely from Trump administration officials, Republicans who wanted the president to win, but did the right thing when they were in a moment of principle, their willingness to come forward and talk to the Select Committee and our then revelation of those facts to America unquestionably was motivating. Because again, facts are what matters, not lawyers, but facts. And the facts here are compelling. When the Department of Justice became aware of those facts, they were moved to act.
Brandon Kazan-Maddox is an artist, filmmaker, acrobat, and an advocate for deaf artists on the stage, screen, and beyond. Tonight, Kazan-Maddox shares their brief but spectacular take on blending the worlds of art, ASL, and accessibility.
I am a grandchild of deaf adults, or a GODA, which means that my first language is ASL, sign language. I was raised in a family of deaf and signing people. For me, my hands are storytellers, and my words are just along for the ride. So that means that I primarily think in ASL, in sign language, and I make sure that my hands follow what the concepts and images and memories and feelings that my heart and that my mind are expressing. Growing up, my family would always eat around the dinner table. There was such an amazing mixture of communication. And I grew up watching all of that and participating in it. My grandparents would express themselves in sign language. If we brought friends and other relatives to the table, we wanted to make sure that they understood the conversation also. I bring that into my work as an artist. And the reason why I talk and sign is because I want everyone to understand everything I'm saying. When I was about 16, I was driving with my grandma, and in the deaf community, we turn on the dome light at night because we have to be able to see each other sign. When I first saw in the rearview mirror the red and blue lights, I immediately was very afraid. I had to make sure to keep myself and my grandma safe at that moment. And sign language is not always something that people are accustomed to. So the cultural facilitation and linguistic facilitation was pivotal at that moment. I'm a co-founder of a company called Up Until Now Collective. We develop and produce new multidisciplinary work that focuses on intimacy, empathy, and connection, and centers our work on stories that have been traditionally left out of our mainstream narrative. Our mission is to challenge the status quo and build new structures for creating art. When someone who signs, or a deaf person, or someone in a wheelchair has everything that they need to be on stage and shine, that's my goal with the work that I do. My name is Brandon Kazan-Maddox, and this is my brief but spectacular take on melding the worlds of art, ASL, and accessibility.
And you can watch more brief but spectacular videos online at pbs.org/newshour/brief.